Hello everybody and welcome back to a Royal Reader. My name is Cici and today we're going to be going through my books for my April TBR using my D20 game Roll20. If you are new to the channel, I have a TBR game that I call Roll20, which is where I use a 20-sided dice, and each of the numbers correlates with a prompt, and then I roll the dice, get a prompt, and have to pick a book that fits with that prompt. Before we get into those rolls, I do just have to say, unfortunately, my TBR for March was unsuccessful. I ended up only reading 2 books from that TBR. So because of that, I'm going to be adding on 2 books to the TBR for this month. Usually I only roll about 3 books because I am a English literature student at university, so that means I have a lot of readings to do, mainly a lot of classics. So I am also taking a creative writing class, so I have a lot of like short stories and things to read, as well as an ancient history class, so I have a very big textbook to read. So because of that, I usually don't like to add a lot of books onto my TBR, but your girl didn't finish her TBR from last month, so she's punished. So we already have quite a few books on this TBR. Let's get into them. So firstly, already I have a couple of books for my English literature class. So over the next month or so, we're going to be reading Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I have not read this, but I am excited to pick this up. I've heard a lot about this book, especially with, what is his name? I don't know what his name is, but everybody talks about this book. Is it Heathcliff? Yeah, I don't really know too much about this book, honestly. So it says here, a novel of intense emotional power, heightened atmosphere, and fierce intelligence, Jane Eyre dazzles and shocks readers with its passionate depiction of a woman's search for equality and freedom on her own terms. Its heroine Jane endures loneliness and cruelty in the home of her heartless aunt and the cold charity of Lowood School. Her natural independence and spirit prove necessary when she takes a position as a governess at Thornfield Hall. But when she finds love with her sardonic employer Rochester, he discovers the discovery of a shameful secret forces her to make a terrible choice. This sounds way more dramatic than I was expecting. I am here for it. I am all here for women making a way for themselves. I love this. I think Heathcliff is from Wuthering Heights, which I also haven't read. But yeah, that is the first book that I have to read, and the other one is Virginia Woolf's Mrs. Dalloway. Again, I don't know this one all that much. High society hostess Clarissa Dalloway is throwing a party. On the surface, she is vivacious and sociable, yet her inner monologue reveals glimpses of a different reality. A woman isolated in love and dissatisfied with life. Clarissa's life is contrasted with that of an intent but ill-fated party guest, Septimus Warren Smith, for whom post-war life is a struggle. Both characters express a shared longing to find love and meaning, just as relevant a human experience when the novel was published in 1925 as it remains today. Oh, this sounds like it's going to break my heart. I'm not prepared. Alrighty, so now that we've gotten those out of the way, let's get on to the books that I rolled for.
Alrighty, here we go. Roll number 1. So we have 12.
So the first one I rolled for was number 12, which is Call a Friend. So I contacted my friend Charlie and I got her to pick a book for me. I was already expecting what type of book Charlie would pick, but she was amazing and decided to pick for me Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, the first book in the Six of Crows duology. So if you watched my last video, I am in the fact doing a reread of the Grishaverse so that I can watch Shadow and Bone season 2 because I have not finished reading Crooked Kingdom or even started reading Crooked Kingdom. So that actually leads me on to the other book that I have on this list, which is Ruin. So that leads me on to the other book that I'm reading, which is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. So I'm going to be finishing this one and obviously going to continue on with Six of Crows. I'm sure everybody already knows what this series is about, and if not, then you've probably already watched the TV show.
Roll number 2. 10.
Alrighty, next roll. We had number 10, which is an adult fantasy. I have decided that I'm going to continue on with this chonker right here. So this is Prior of the Orange Tree. I am already 150 pages into the book. I have marked off each 100-page mark. So I have a feeling I'll be able to get through this. I don't really know. I'm hoping I can get through it. We shall see. But this is a very large, dense adult fantasy where we have two sides of the world. One is the West that absolutely fears dragons, and the other is the East who worships the dragons, and ultimately I think they have to join together to try and fight the biggest, baddest dragon that there ever is, who is basically arising from the dead.
Roll number 3. We have a 20.
Next up we have a 20. Woo! So 20 means that I get a mood read. So I have chosen to put down the second book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. This is called The Ashes of something and something. The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. That is what it's called. It doesn't come out until... Oh, it comes out on the 14th of April, so hopefully I can pick that one up soon. This is a vampire fantasy book where in the first one we were following our two main characters, Araya and Rain. They are competing in this sort of tournament where the winner can request a wish from the goddess Nyaxia, who is like the creator of the vampires. And Araya is a human living in a world of vampires. It was insanely good. It was my first Carissa Broadbent book and I devoured it so quickly. I had a really good time with it. I have so far loved almost every single book that Carissa Broadbent has put out, and I am obsessed with everything and I cannot wait to continue reading it, honestly. I'm so excited. This series, the Crowns of Nyaxia series, is going to be, I think, either a 9 or 6 book series, each as a duology, if that makes sense. So the 2 books are going to be, each 2 books are a part of a duology that ultimately makes up the series of the Crowns of Nyaxia series. Hopefully that made sense.
Roll number 4. We have a 7.
Alrighty, the next one that I rolled was a number 7, which is a fantasy romance, and I decided to pick up the Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I have had this on my Kindle for a couple of months now, and I am really, really excited to pick this up. I've heard absolutely amazing things about it, and as Olivia is a self-published author, it is a massive inspiration for me. I follow her on Instagram and I have been just obsessed with her journey and everything, and the dedication for this book is really, really heartfelt. Olivia has dedicated the entire series to her best friend who unfortunately passed away in the stampede at Seoul on Halloween last year. I just think that is absolutely beautiful and I cannot wait to read it. I have started it. I think I'm like maybe 40 to 50 pages into the book, I think, and I'm really enjoying it so far. From what I can gather, we follow our main character Elowen, who is a runaway princess slash queen, essentially. She has this really special bond with dragons that is very unknown, and her father, the king, essentially is trying to abuse that in a way, and so she escapes with like nothing but a few trusted people and creates her own secret kingdom until one day she comes across this commander from her father's enemy's army And he sort of introduces her to this plan that he has where it's basically, we can go and get your dragons, you can help us, and we get you back on the throne. Yeah, okay, but you have to keep helping my people. So I'm really enjoying it so far. There's like definite like tension, and I am just like loving it a lot. It's written really well, and I'm having a fun time. So yeah.
And roll 5. We have an 8.
Then the last one I rolled was an 8, which is a thriller. I don't read a lot of thrillers, unfortunately. So I'm not entirely too sure what I'm going to pick, because I don't exactly know what classes as a thriller versus a horror versus a mystery, honestly. So I'm gonna have to come back to that. I do have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, but I don't know if I would classify this as a thriller. So I'm gonna have to go and like watch a couple of people's videos for like the best thrillers and stuff. Louie, you scared the absolute shit out of me. Oh my god. The stack is already quite big. This is the stack plus another 700-page book plus another 500-page book. So we are in the trenches, everyone. Oh my god. Oh shoot. This is so many books. Why can I not stick to a TBR? I am really struggling sticking with a TBR at the moment. So I really don't know how well this is going to go, honestly. But these are the books, plus 2 more, that I have to read for the month of April. I do have a week break from uni coming up soon. So hopefully I can smash through a couple of these, but we'll see. We'll see. Ruin and Rising shouldn't take me too long because I've basically been reading the Shadow and Bone series like basically one a day, honestly. Six of Crows shouldn't take me too much longer either. Yeah, we will see. But that's basically the TBR for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you guys are going to be reading for the month of April. If you would like to see more videos from me, then do be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. There is also my social media links. So I've got my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below as well. So go ahead and click those so we can be friends and we can see what we're doing and things like that. Yeah. Hi, Yui. You want to say goodbye to the peoples? Do you want to say goodbye to the peoples? Come here. Oh. You say goodbye. Say thank you for watching. Bye. Why do you feel wet?